Good morning, tribe. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. It looks like Instagram's coming along for the ride too. Let's make that up. There we go. Instagram's with us. And let's see. Yep, we're live on TikTok too. Good morning, tribe. I had one of those days yesterday where my brain was absolutely convinced that nothing was working. And then I got an email that changed all of that. Good morning. This is the morning report from the Working Actor NYC. Thank you for joining me. Let me know where you are and where you're viewing from and what you're working on as an actor today. Welcome to the community. So yeah, yesterday I was just having one of those days. A couple of things weren't going great. Annoying stuff like, the dog pooped in the house, which she hasn't done for months. And I'm still trying to work out some stuff with the Department of Labor here in New York State. Super annoying. And I dropped a ton of money on classes. I had a good talk with my agent about classes that would be worth it for me to invest in so that I could meet casting directors. I don't love the concept of pay for play because I remember back when casting directors had go-sees. You didn't used to have to pay $300 to meet with a casting director. It was part of the job for casting directors to meet actors and for actors to meet casting directors. And so we did it for free. We didn't used to have to pay for it. So I don't love pay for play, but that's where we are today. I look at it now as an investment, and I just want to make sure that I'm investing my money wisely. So I dropped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on casting director classes yesterday, which didn't make me feel good. It sends me into a bit of a spiral, but that's where we are. That's what I was doing. And then I got an email that changed everything. The short film that I'm a lead in is going into the Tribeca Film Festival. It's such a huge accomplishment for all of us involved in the film. And it's interesting because making a film, I don't know if it is even more than working in the theater, but making a short film, boy, oh boy, do you really feel like it's a group effort. Everybody works together to create a film. And yes, that's true of theater as well. For some reason, I felt it even more keenly on short film, perhaps because I looked at so many of the jobs that people around me were doing, and I remember thinking, oh, I couldn't do that. What you're doing, I could not do that. Most of the jobs in the theater I look at and go, oh, if somebody threw me into that job tomorrow, I'd be okay and I'd pick it up. But working on a film set, I look at so many of the people around me and I think, I don't know what you're doing and I wouldn't know how to do it. Good morning, friends. This is the morning report from the Working Actor NYC. Thank you for joining me. Let me know what you're working on. So yeah, was having a pretty crappy day yesterday. Things weren't going great, and I went into a bit of a spiral, and then got the email that the short film that I'm a lead in is going into the Tribeca Film Festival. So we've got, as far as I know, there are 3 dates for Daddy's Little Meatball is the name of the film. I'm super proud of it. It's about an Australian businessman who attends a conference in New York City with his 16-year-old daughter, and things go awry. It's thank you, Laura. Yep, I'm super pumped about it. And it was just a great reminder that your brain can get it wrong. Like, I was having a crappy day, and my brain was trying to convince me that things weren't going well. And then an email like that shows up, and it's just proof that your brain is not doesn't always tell you the truth. And I was already literally doing what I talk about, which is pulling receipts. I was when my brain starts to go down that spiral, that rabbit hole of things aren't going well, I literally pull receipts. Like I had to sit there and say to myself, I booked a show this week. I worked on a set this week. I had to I call that pulling receipts. So I was already doing that, and then later on in the evening, I got that email, and I mean, that's really the indication. Like things, my brain may wanted to get emotional about things going not great, and then you get that email and it sort of flips it into the other direction. And it's like, oh, things are going to be okay. Something to celebrate. Super happy about that. Um, and I did get to celebrate last night because I went to a screening of Beef, the new 8-episode series by Sunny Lee and starring Carey Mulligan, Oscar Isaac, Charles Melton, and Kaylee. Something. What's Kaylee's last name? Maybe you guys know. Um, Let me know. Uh, just checking Instagram. Yeah. So yeah, there was a screening of the first 2 episodes at the 92nd Street Y, followed by a talk moderated by Josh Horowitz and no, that's not right. Jason Horowitz, Josh Shear was there. So the people there were Carey Mulligan, Oscar Isaac, Charles Menton, Yoon Jin. Is that how you say it? YJ. They call her YJ. YJ Yoon and Josh Schreier and Sunny Lee. Yeah, it was a really interesting talk. I have to admit, hey, good morning, dolls of horror. The gang's all here. Uh, yeah, it was a really great way to cap the evening. I have to admit, did get a little starstruck because the way they did it was like we watched the first 2 episodes of Beef, and then they pulled a curtain in over the stage, and then when the curtain went out again a few minutes later, all of the celebrities were sitting there. Sunny Lee, Carey Mulligan, Oscar Isaac, Charles Menton, YJ Yoon, and Josh Schreier were all sitting there, and there was an interesting discussion. It was to hear them talking about the creating of this really smart, kind of in a lot of ways, kind of difficult series. It is funny, but I am the person who has a little bit of a problem with laughing at people, bad things happening to people, even when those people aren't great human beings. So it really interesting, one of those really interesting scripts. Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to the daily, the morning report from the Working Actor NYC. But yeah, getting to watch Beef, I got the email while I was sitting in the audience, waiting for Beef to start, and it was just one of those moments of like, wait a second, I'm in the audience to see these celebrities and these really smart actors talk about what they do. And the short film that I'm in just got accepted into the Tribeca Film Festival. Things are going to be okay. It really was that moment. And of my brain had been telling me earlier in the day, like I said, that things weren't going well. And then I get that email and I'm sitting in that environment. And I was like, you're going to be all right. So to who are you talking? I'm talking to Laura, to Summer, to thank you, Summer. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. To be honest, this is a new situation for me that a short film that I'm in has been picked up by a film festival, and a major film festival. So I'm sort of figuring out what the strategy is to sort of make the most of this moment, right? To make the most of this opportunity. I've spent a lot of this year meeting with casting directors, and I have their email addresses. So I feel as though this is a moment that's worth the outreach of sending them an email. Uh, Sorry, the comments get crazy, y'all. uh, so I think this is an announcement that the short film that I'm a lead in is going into the Tribeca Film Festival is definitely worth an outreach email to the casting directors that I'm familiar with, just to let them know that the work that I'm doing is being recognized in a way that is meaningful. So I think I'm gonna, yeah, I think it's totally worth an outreach email to my network of casting directors, just to remind them that, yeah, I'm good at what I do, and it's recognized by others as well. So, let me know what you're working on. What are you guys working on today? Let's see. Yesterday, Nathan was in the line at Equity to sign up for an audition. I would love to know how that audition went, Nathan. Let me know how that went. Um, and what am I working on today? Just got so much admin to do, but I think today it would be smart to get a handle on how to roll out this announcement of the Tribeca Film Festival for Daddy's Little Meatball, which has three screenings. I believe that it's in a shorts program of 8 films that will get 3 screenings during the festival. Not sure which one of those I'll be going to, but I'll keep you posted. I'm excited. This is a new territory for me. I haven't done the short film I haven't done the film festival circuit before, so new adventures. I promise I will keep you posted how it all goes. All right, friends, have a great weekend. It's Friday. You earned it. Whatever you're working on, remember, you got this. Keep going. And we'll be right back here on Monday at 8 a.m. So come and join us for the morning report from the Working Actor NYC.